Hi everybody, it's Friday afternoon and I should be the last speech in this stage. And I really appreciate that you take the challenge not only to stay here at the end of the day, but also to listen into the English language speaker. And I hope that it will be worth it. If not, you can share your feedback with me. So why I'm here and who I am what I would like to share is actually my experience, how I developed my career as a woman in the technology. However, let's start with one moment which basically was at the start of this career. And imagine that it's year very far in past, 1996. And I'm sitting in the university in Slovakia, where I am originally from. And me and my best friend, we have applied for something what was called database management system. And we are sitting in the room together with another 40 guys, and the professor is coming, the lecture is starting. He comes to the room and says, hey girls, are you sure that you are in the correct room? I look on him, I look on my paper. Yes, is this room exactly? And after several seconds, I recognized what actually he wanted to ask. He was not asking me if I have the proper orientation in the building. He wanted to ask me if I'm sure that I'm able or at all want to study something what usually the girls are not studying. And I'm sure that many of the women who are here probably had already very similar experience. And when I reflected during this lecture, the first lecture on this first question, I said to myself, of course, I'm in the right room and I will manage it till the end. I don't need to get the permission or approval from the professor which is teaching us. And this is something what at the end brought me also today here, because this was my experience always, to go and to actually go behind the usual rules and approach without asking somebody for permission to stay in the room or to be in the room. And it brought me into the situation that after several years working in the IT, I'm today responsible for the technology and operations of the InsurTech company of Allianz Group, which is consisting on the several technology people across the globe, mainly here in Germany, but also in Spain, in UK. Previously, I was working in the financial instances in banking and mainly in the south of the Europe. So I always say that it cannot be for the woman, I would say, more complex environment in the technology, in the banking industry, in the southern Europe, in Italy, where you are in the middle of specific culture and you still have to do your job, and not only to do the job, but to do it well and progress and be promoted and be successful. Across this year, I managed not only to manage the databases, but also to manage significant projects and lead multi-million programs, whether it was in the banking or it was in the insurance. And today, I would like to share how actually, when I look back, I could somehow aggregate the key points or key focus pillars which helped me at the end to be relevant and to contribute with the value, no matter whether I'm woman or I'm not woman, but from the perspective how to bring the value to the other people and at the end benefit with the progress of my career. Of course, as I said, whether it is banking or whether it is a specific situation in Italy, we are always set what we should be doing and what we should not be doing. So starting from the perspective when for example, my boss, when I was in the bank in Slovenia, was having the interview with me for the job, first meeting in the big room in the head office in Vienna. He enters the room and he said, I'm really sorry I'm late, but you know, can you make a coffee and then we continue? And these are something like the expectations which are put on us, and we have to find a way how actually break whether it is the rule or whether it is expectation, in the way that we don't attack the system, we don't attack the principle, but we navigate in the situation in the manageable, gentle way so that we shift the rules and the barriers which are in front of us in our benefit. How? I call it something like 4 principles or 4 C's of the permissionless leadership for the females. The first one is to manage the situation and the engagement with the curiosity. So to approach our job and our progress with the curiosity. Second, to have the courage and to apply it. To have the community and use it. And to act on us, on our strength and all these pillars with the consistency. What does it mean practically? Curiosity, what always paid back to me in my previous career, but also today, is to do more than is my job, than is my title. So to look around and understand what is the bigger picture, what is the questions which nobody is asking. For example, when I was very junior consultant, I was appointed to the project for integrating the 2 banks. And my job was to make the common data warehouse and the standard regulatory reporting. In all the steering committees, I could have sit there and be just listening and focusing on my topic. But I was not doing it. I was trying to understand the bigger content, and always when there was an obstacle or some steering committee in which the sponsor were missing the information, I was looking on finding the solution which I can propose them, even if it was not in my perimeter. And this, at the end, brought me to the situation to apply the next pillar, which is the courage. As I was working on this project, there was a specific person who was the sponsor of the integration. Later, let's say a few years after, we are in another project which is failing for the CRM implementation. And as he knows me, that I'm always interested to solve the topics and so on, he recognized me and comes to me and asks me, do you have an idea how we could solve it? I had no idea about the project. I was just approached. Of course, I could have said, oh, I can understand this and that and so on. I said, okay, what is the problem you want to solve? I just need to bring 1 country in the production in the next 2-3 months. I said, okay, let's try me. Let's try it, I will find a solution. In case not, we are not losing anything because we already have the problem. So this is the other pillar which at the end, through the previous curiosity, gave me opportunity that the sponsor recognized me, understand what is my skills, and that I'm able to solve the problems. But at the moment when the opportunity came, I always looked for taking the opportunity. It is nothing worse than thinking that we need more time, more experience, more knowledge. Third pillar is the community. I know everybody says the women has to work together, we have to build the community. And it's like this effort, like, okay, let's build the community. I'm saying it's very simple. If you have the problem as a woman in the technology, there are hundreds, thousands of other women which have the same problem or were having the similar problem. So if you want to progress and solve the issues which you have in the career, in the way how to get more job or more important job, you need to know at that moment when it is happening, okay, who was the person who was telling me that was having the same problem and can maybe tell me how it was resolved. Therefore, it's important always to have the connection to the other women and build the common network, not only just to have somebody to call, but to get the idea how the topics can be solved or get the recommendation and so on. I have applied this when I was in the bank in Bulgaria and I had to replace the core banking system. I was alone and the whole bank was just avoiding because it was the major problem and it would stop the bank working. Only one way how I could do it, I had to create the coalition in the board with another colleagues. And it was much easier with the 2 other colleagues, which was head of the retail and head of the risk, which were also the female colleagues, because we knew each other from the past and we were together already connected and we understood each other. Even if I was in the bank for 1 month, I was connected with them from the previous year and it helped me to create the business case which at the end financed the whole upgrade of the core system. Last but not least, consistency. And I believe that this is huge strength when you have the combined teams for the female colleagues in the team is the consistency to show each moment when there is a problem and not to avoid to take the responsibility. Be sure what is your best, what are your strengths. You don't need to be perfect. You can openly say, I don't know this, I don't know that. But be there and clearly communicate consistently. I know what I know, I can do it in 1 day, 3 days, and act, perform, do. In case you are thinking, wondering, being unsure, somebody else will do it. If somebody else is doing it, somebody else will get the promotion. So, looking back on my career, what definitely helped me was to try to find what are the unsolved problems or the problems which nobody wants to solve, to have curiosity to understand more than in my job, to be in the position that I have nothing to lose. If I want to progress, I try. In the worst case scenario, I stay where I am or I get the experience. To have the community or to continuously create the list of the people, women who are having the same ambition, who are having the same aspiration and support each other. Last but not least, to do it constantly, continuously, no matter whether there is a promotion, whether somebody is supporting me or not. This is my experience. And you maybe can say that, okay, she did it, she's, I don't know, has 20 years of the experience. What I can do, how can I progress forward? Therefore, instead of just saying what was my experience, I would like that when you leave today from here, you will have some actions which you can think how I can actually do change or to do something. And I would like from you to think about the 3 things. If you want to apply what was my experience, think at first to use what you already know. If you're now starting thinking, okay, if I have to be more successful, I have to learn, I don't know, coding in the Python, or I have to learn to develop the agents, it takes time, you can do it. But if you use what you know, it will be faster. Look for the moves where you don't need the permission. And last, just do it. As I said, first, if you don't know what are your strengths, you will not know how to represent them. People will not recognize them. It does not need that you have, I don't know, it does not need to be as a strength 2 titles of 2 universities. It is absolutely enough if you say, okay, I'm a good developer, but I also am very good on organizing the other people. And it can be very basic, very simple idea. If you repeat this to yourself, it will improve your self-confidence and the people will naturally recognize it. You don't need to think that tomorrow I can start something. I'm sure that if you spend tomorrow the morning coffee and write 1 sentence, what is your strength as a woman in the team where you are today working, you will find it. Then, from this perspective, try next week, look for in your job, what is the point which nobody wants to do? What is the gap in which you can act, deliver the value to the people? Not because I'm woman, because I know what I know what is my strength, and I can bring value to the team, to my manager, to the organization, or just to myself if I act. This will create the space, the opportunity, the recognition, the visibility. Not because of gender, but because of the content and because of acting. Try to find 1 such a moment and do just 1 thing which you can complete, which will show you what is your strength and which will show to other people that you can do it. And if you do this, you will create for yourself the way how to manage your way forward instead of other people. That's my lesson of the last 25 years of the experience as a woman in tech. And I wish that you find inspiration in it to become more successful or at least more inspired and more motivating in what we are doing. Thank you very much.
After my little stand-up comedy, I'm back and I'm so happy. I loved your talk. Does anybody have any questions? Because we still have a little bit of time. It's the last talk, so I can be a little bit more lenient.
So you said that we should create value instead of more visibility, but a lot of systems are just based on visibility, that you get promoted. How to overcome this?
With acting, of course, at the end, it is about the visibility. But my experience is that it's very short-term approach to be visible just talking without any content. In case you find the real opportunity with the proposal of changing something in the organization and really making it happen or finding the argument for it, the value which you will create is actually that your sponsor, your manager, the people around you will come and will ask you for more. And this will propagate you for another opportunity to be more visible. And for me, I think even in the organization where the visibility is very important, each manager, each organization needs the things to happen, not only to talk about it. And this brings even more visibility from my point of view.
Then the second question, because what happened is in my experience that I ended up as the working bee. You know, I wanted to do those projects, I was the volunteer and I took them, and then at the end, you did your job well, but a male colleague was promoted.
Okay. Yes, I think it happens. It's the real trap that at the end, it is like, you know, okay, we need to do something, so we call this person and so on. Yeah, I think that I was in the similar situation when I was working in the consulting, in management consulting in Capgemini. It was a very man-oriented environment where I was only one managing person as a woman, and it was always this approach. I even ended in the situation when we were doing the project for Dubai, for Emirates, that actually the colleague told me, you know, it's not good you present the result of your work. Okay, I present it. And then based on this project, actually, he was not promoted, but he got a significant portion of the bonus for the project. And I simply said I cannot work in such an environment, and I changed the company.
Unbelievable. Any other question? Aha.
Hi. So I would like you to say from your experience, how do we put value, perceived value on our work on a daily basis? Because I feel like I'm in a leadership position and I feel like my colleagues or my management are not perceiving value on the work I do.
Okay. That's the problem. So, how to say it? I would connect it with my experience probably. So I was newly appointed to manage the Central and Eastern Europe in UniCredit. However, my managers has also changed. And the new ones did not know what I did before, did not recognize me. So after some time, they started to tell me, we don't understand what are you doing. I mean, okay, it's a good job, but it's not what is for us. And I was on the level that I had the feeling that it's like, you know, maybe 2-3 months and it will be over. And actually, I was very lucky because I looked what I can do. I spoke with another colleague who was in the similar level in the company like me, and she said, try to speak with the coach what you can do. And then I was having like 2 or 3 sessions with the coach, and we concluded, okay, but do you know what they perceive as a value? Okay, what is for them the value? I said, probably not, I don't know. But it's very difficult to go and to ask them. So I said, okay, what I will do, I will speak with their business manager, business assistant, what is their job they have to do during the day. And I managed on several coffees to get to the position that she was saying, tomorrow Gianfranco is having this meeting, he needs prepare for that and that. And I created in my mind the scenario that, okay, each morning when I wake up, I have to think what my 2 bosses need, okay? what needs Gianfranco, what needs Nicolo. And I spent early morning, and I started to wake up very early because they started to work 7:30. And I spent first 2 hours in the day really just looking, okay, what do they need? Prepare for the email, explain. As you have in 1 week this meeting, I'm going to prepare this. We are working on that. And it changed completely everything because actually I was looking on my job from their perspective. This is what I could say, share for me. And it completely changed the relationship because actually the value which they perceived was she is focusing on what I need. She's not coming to me only saying, I need these people, I need your support and so on, but she's looking on what she needs. And then when I was having actually the promotion which they gave me the feedback that this was the moment in which actually they were thinking whether to replace me or not. And this change in the behavior actually saved me the job and even brought me the promotion. So I would say, try to get out of the setup, I call it's the technique, get on the balcony and look on the dancing floor from their perspective, what they would like from you or need from you, and connect your value to this perception. Try to find whether you understand what is their value, and then to try to deliver this. Okay?
I'm looking at everyone. If I see a hand, I'm there. Oh, there's a hand. I'm there.
Sorry, it's not a question, it's just a big thank you. Because the tips that you shared and the advices, I think they are useful not only for women,
Of course.
for men as well. And thank you very much for this.
Thank you. Yeah.
If that isn't a wonderful last word or words, a big, big, big applause for you
you.
again.
Thank you very much.